Hey pals, it's Sassy Cassie, and welcome back to another reaction video of Naruto Shippuden. As always, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers and anyone watching this video. Thank you so much for watching and continuing to follow me on this crazy shinobi journey. I would also like to give a very special thank you to my patrons. Now, previously on Naruto, like the longest arc ever, but not really. A lot has happened. The village has been completely demolished. Many people have died, many people have suffered, but Naruto is talking to the real Pain, whose name is actually Nagato, and they are telling them their story about basically why he came to be this way. And so far, what we've learned about him is that his parents, like, I guess, I mean, I know they talked about like their land being in the middle of all the other lands, so their land was kind of a war zone, but there was still like a war zone within the war zone, and him and his parents happened to be there, and they were killed by Leaf Ninja, who thought that they were assailants, and only after they were killed realized that they were just pedestrians. So that left a bit of a scar on his heart, and you know, he found the other two and they traveled together for a bit. They even returned all the things that they had taken once what's his name made up his mind about following Jiraiya and having him teach him ninjutsu, because they were like, you know, one day I'm gonna, or he said like, I'm basically gonna rule the world, basically everything that's Pain's been saying. And he even said in that episode that that's when his dream, that one kid's dream, became his dream too. So I'm assuming that once he like died, Nagato took it upon himself to fulfill that dream. I'm just gonna assume, but we're gonna get into this episode, find out. I don't think it'll be the end. I feel like, who knows, they may finish their story in this tale, and then we'll find out what Naruto's answer is, where he lies in his decision or whatever to the question that he asked about, like, how would he basically bring peace or change the world or whatever it is he said. I don't know. It's been like, this whole arc has been like so long, I'm getting lost in it. And I've tried to remain focused, but it's not working. Oh, right. And he also like had episodes, like his power manifested.
I'm not done yet. Over here!
Right. And this is when they decided to follow Jiraiya, or what's his name decided to make Jiraiya like his teacher or whatever, because they could stand up to the salamander dude.
Run now! Get out of here!
Nagato, go! Okay.
But
I remember me having
truly accept a hidden leaf ninja as a teacher.
Right. Okay, so we're getting the answer to my question. So I guess my question now, did he dislike him from the beginning, or did he ever learn to trust him?
Killed by ninja of the hidden leaf.
Maybe did he start to understand that not everybody's bad?
Realize that Jiraiya Sensei might be different.
Hey,
Okay, great, awesome.
Oh, you're becoming more prominent.
Is that why he was actually crying?
He said that he just wanted us to be able to protect ourselves. But in terms of me specifically, I feel he wanted to help me control the power of the Rinnegan. But I feared my own power. Hate had
that
caused
makes
me
sense.
to go berserk.
That does make sense. If you don't know who you are or what you're doing, or have, it's like blackouts, like it makes you scared.
That monk was known as the Sage of the Six Paths. He was considered the savior of the world. And like you, he possessed the Rinnegan. I am he who shall bring peace and order.
See, when they frame it this way, it makes you feel like he's a bad person, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It's just that he's shrouded in mystery.
You're actually the reincarnation of the Sage of the Six Paths. I have the feeling that your eyes may realize the hopes of that sage.
Okay.
Sensei entrusted me with his quest.
And yet you still killed him, which I'm sure we'll get there, but still. Okay, is this when he got
proposed
taken
to make
out?
us a nexus in the effort to launch peace negotiations between the three great nations. Our power would be used to elicit mutual agreement from all the parties.
Okay. But that didn't happen, did it?
What happened is Yahiko died.
He died?
It was all merely a trap that Hanzo had laid for.
Ah, okay. I was right. Makes sense.
The next day at the rendezvous point where the negotiations were to occur, Hanzo's subordinates and the Hidden Leaf's Anbu Black Ops were already there. Hanzo had allied with a man from the Hidden Leaf named Danzo to eradicate us.
Oh, Danzo strikes again. Ugh. I dislike him more and more every time we hear him.
You, redhead, use that to kill Yahiko. If you do, I'll spare you and the girl.
Don't, Nagato! Forget about me! Just get away, both of you!
So, I mean, he wouldn't actually go through with it. Or did he go berserker and that's why he died? I want to know how they shrouded this. Because if this,
Hurry
okay.
up. Do you want this woman to die?
But you know what? Actually, answered my own question because Danzo was there, which means even if something did occur here, he would have covered it up to protect his own position or whatever. My heart started beating really fast all of a sudden.
Konan. Yahi.
He did it himself.
You and Konan must survive no matter what.
That's really, really sad.
Of this world. I know. You can do it.
Well, that explains a lot of how, well, all of this explains a lot of, anyway, about why he may have joined Madara's cause, because he wants to take down the leaf anyway. Interesting.
Nagato.
Konan, hold on to Yahiko and stay still.
Impressive, boy. You escaped even while being hit by my fire-style jutsu.
The taiko drums and the guitar. Ah, that explains a lot. But I wonder if this was the cause of his, yeah, just like that. Again, since Danzo is still alive, I assume that he knows about this but chose not to inform anybody.
Possess the Rinnegan is quite a surprise.
Nagato.
Teleportation jutsu.
So he got away. Interesting. sure they went back to defeat him at one point because he is in fact dead. But that took like everything out of him, and that explains why he ended up this way.
Yahiko died, and from then on, I took over as the leader of our organization.
Again, when did they join
I thought that I had
Akatsuki?
grown up, but nothing had changed at all. It was the same as when my parents died.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with you and just everything to do with the selfishness of others.
Given Jiraiya was worth nothing. I owed Yahiko my life. He gave me my dream. Yahiko's loss. That was my second great pain.
Yeah. And that's how the episode is gonna end. Yeah. Okay, let's try to dissect this a little bit. They started training under Jiraiya after that incident, which I kind of forgot about, but they started training under Jiraiya, or he started training them, and he ended up leaving them, and he started to have faith and belief or whatever, and, you know, they grew up a little bit, started their own organization, and they thought they were doing well, but then, what's his name? Hanzo. Was it Hanzo, or am I just saying that because of Danzo? The leader of the Rain betrayed them because he had this like fear, which they did talk about before. I do remember that, them talking about how he was kind of like paranoid, and, you know, he probably became paranoid after this incident, I'm feeling, but that does explain why a little bit. I still have questions about it, but like it does explain a little bit of like how Nagato kind of ended up in the state that he is in with all those things sticking out of his back, because whatever he summoned basically like drained his, I don't even know if it's necessarily like a life force type of thing, but drained him, so now he is like gaunt, and I guess they don't come out or whatever. Maybe he maybe he used what these rods, because they look a lot like the rods in the other bodies, to like turn that loss into a win, or could he always do that, or is this something that they developed because of the state that he's in? Questions. But it does make me also think about how like he might be more willing to become a part of Madara's organization, like I said before, because not only did the leaf kill his parents, but these people, Danzo in particular, who happens to have people in the Black Ops under his like wing, or not wing, but like under his control or whatever, working for him, to come here and betray them like this. So it makes a lot of sense that he would have a lot of ill will towards the Leaf specifically, but I guess in some ways I'm kind of glad that he has come, or at least seemed to understand that not all, just because it's like the dilemma of the world, that just because one person from one group does bad things doesn't mean they represent the whole. So he started to understand that even though Leaf Ninja, there are bad people in the Leaf Village, as I'm sure there are bad people in all the villages, not all of them are bad people. However, he feels that once he lost Yahiko, that he maybe have been too naive, too trusting. But then again, he still came to trust what's his name. I don't know. Maybe that'll get explained in the next episode. But a lot of it does make sense. It makes sense, their journey and how they kind of came to be this way. But my main questions, I guess, going forward as we finish this story, I don't know, is how they became a part of the Akatsuki. Why people thought they were dead, unless that was like Danzo's doing. And it again puts Danzo in more of a position that we know that he has been doing a lot of bad. I mean, we knew for a while, since we found out about the other stories and stuff. I mean, he was already kind of weird to begin with. We were already suspicious of him, and then he's got like the whole Sai thing going on. But then he tried to ally himself with Orochimaru, but he also is like responsible for the Uchiha clan's demise along with other people, but like he is a big part of that. And now he also has his hand in this. Like, is there a place this man, is it meddling? It seems to me the answer is clear. I know there are way more bad people in the world than just the one, but I'm just saying this episode has been a lot to process, and can't wait to get to the next episode, and hopefully it'll be resolved. Maybe, who knows, y'all. I have questions. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching and continuing to follow me on this shinobi journey. And until next time, bye!